6 Signs and symptoms of behavioral addictions. There are signs and symptoms that indicate the existence of a behavioral addiction regardless of the type the addiction has manifested itself. This video describes the most prevalent symptoms commonly experienced in people suffering from behavioral addictions. 1. Preoccupation. The behavior addict becomes so obsessed with the addiction, with thinking about and planning when they can next engage in the behavior, that they abandon their health and well-being of themselves or their family. 2. Increased frequency. Once the addict has discovered the relief and the high that comes from engaging in a particular behavior, he is drawn to it again and again. As a result, the frequency and the duration of the addictive behavior increase with time as the person attempts to recapture the same highly experienced early on. 3. Obsession. The behavior addict creates their own world, one suited to pursue their addiction. Unconsciously, he fears to address his own psychological and emotional problems, so he loses himself in the problems of others as a way to escape from his feelings. As with all addictions, this activity makes the codependent feel good while giving the illusion of control. 4. Psychological problems. Individuals with behavior addictions often have low self-esteem and suffer from anxiety. As a group, they have a particular need to control their environments and feel anxious if unable to do so. 5. Persistence to continue. Notable in behavior addiction is a persistence to continue the compulsive behavior despite consequences. Having taken root, the activity becomes an obsession that blots out reality. Operating within the fantasy that the disease constructs in his mind, the addict continues with the destructive activity, all the while telling himself that all is well. 6. Chaotic life. Out of control. This phrase aptly describes the active addict. Though he may be the last to know it, the addict is powerlessness over his addiction and the unmanageability that it is causing. At the late stages of the disease, the addict has probably, in rare moments of clarity, had to admit that his addictive activity might be taking up too much time and energy. The addict may even decide that he wants to give up the activity altogether, to completely stop. But what happens, though, is that the addict is dismayed to discover that he can't stop for long, that he is compelled to resume the activity. His disease has reached a point where it has a mind of its own,